Hey guys, and welcome back to That LP Show. The name of the game is EarthBound for the Super NES. Before I grab my coffee, there's a few things I want to tend to. I want to sleep at the hotel real quick because, of course, even though that hot spring can cure you of status effects, it doesn't heal HP or psychic points, as you can clearly see. Also, I want to talk to the Mr. Saturns. They have some new things to say now that we've freed them from Master Belch. Okay, he still tells me about the secret herb in the Horn of Life. Nothing new there. You wait. Okay, he just confirmed that I did that. Alright, well, the guy that I really want to talk to is him. He said that he will give me a special thing after I come back, and he says, "Here's present. I hand you cup of life noodles. I hand you Mr. Saturn coin. I no hand you my stag beetle. Oh, tease you. I have no something." Okay, so we get another couple life noodles from him. Let's see, that makes two of them. I kind of want to hand one of those over to another character. No point in having one character hoard them all, because then what if he dies? But more importantly, I got the Mr. Saturn coin, which is actually a piece of headgear. I'm going to go ahead and equip that on Ness for right now. I think new things, difficult things, from now. Okay, I'm not too sure what that meant. Are you gonna eat me? Yeah, maybe you should think about giving each other names. Have a bit of individuality. I don't know how they do things on your home planet, but yeah, here we need to identify ourselves for legal purposes. Okay, so I want to sleep at the hotel in order to refill my HP and psychic points. On top of that, as you can see, Jeff has an IQ of 25. He only needs 24 in order to fix the broken laser, so I'm going to repeatedly sleep here for as many times as I need to in order to fix the broken laser. Okay, strange transition. As you can see, I'm clearly in the shop now. I wanted to go ahead and sell some of my old equipment, like Ness's hard hat that I swapped out for the Mr. Saturn coin. I also wanted to sell any excess items that I didn't need, like the bomb that I picked up in Belch's factory. And another thing that I want to do is they should be here in a few seconds. Anytime now. There we go. I want to give a few things to Escargot Express that we're not really going to need anymore. And I want them to take, first of all, the jar of fly honey. We're never going to need it again. And I'm going to give them Jeff's Magnum Air Gun, and here is why. The Magnum Air Gun was an item that was a equipable item, a weapon that was made from a broken item. Now, you cannot sell those because, I don't know, stores won't take anything that's kind of been jerry-rigged together, I guess. And also, for some strange reason, you can't drop it. The game won't let you. So your only option is to give it to Escargot Express. And one more thing I want to give them is the counter PSI unit, since that's pretty much the same scenario. You can't sell it. It won't let you drop it. So we're going to let them hold on to it. Alright, and I also went ahead and I sold Jeff's slime generator, which we're not going to need, which I find kind of odd that we're allowed to do that, because that was the result of me fixing the broken iron. Maybe it's because we'll be able to find a few more, I think maybe one more broken iron in the game later on, that we'll also be able to fix for another slime generator. It's kind of like with the broken spray cans becoming the defense spray. You can find multiple ones throughout the game. Anyway, now that I've done all that, I'm going to go ahead and take my coffee break. I'll say yes to you. Oh, what the hell did you put in it? You've traveled very far from home. Do you remember how your long and winding journey began with someone pounding at your door? It was Pokey, the worst person in your neighborhood, who knocked on the door that fateful night. On your way, you have walked, thought, and fought. Yet through all this, you have never lost your courage. You have grown steadily stronger, though you have experienced the pain of battle many times. You are no longer alone in your adventure. Paula, who is steadfast, kind, and even pretty, is always at your side. Jeff is with you as well. Though he is timid, he came from a distant land to help you. Ness, as you certainly know by now, you are not a regular young man. You have an awesome destiny to fulfill. The journey from this point will be long, and it will be more difficult than anything you have undergone to this point. Yet, I know you will be alright. When good battles evil, which side do you believe wins? Do you have faith that good is triumphant? One thing you must never lose is courage. If you believe in the goal you are striving for, you will be courageous. There are many difficult times ahead, but you must keep your sense of humor, work through the tough situations, and enjoy yourself. When you have finished this cup of coffee, your adventure will begin again. Next, you must pass through a vast desert and proceed to the big city of Fourside. Ness, Paula, Jeff. I wish you luck. Okay, that was trippy. Wonder what they put in that. And wait, where'd you go? There we go. We got another photo opportunity here. And sorry if I seem extra quiet in my commentary. I'm recording this actually kind of late at night. I went ahead and I slept the whole friggin' day away. And now I have to keep quiet because, well, there's old people in the house. No, like really old, older than me. I'm talking ancient. I mean, half the dust that collects in this house is a result of their deteriorating flesh. That coupled with the fact that we live in a desert, and that's a lot of dust that we have to pick up. And desert sands have silica in them, which is highly conductive. And if you get that in your electronic devices, they are screwed. All right. So, yeah, Belch's factory has all been taken care of. We defeated Master Belch, which means that since he was controlling the zombies in 3, they're probably cleared out by now. But before checking that out, yeah, we got the hole to Milky Well. What this? Okay, so this is actually our path to our next Your Sanctuary location. So we're going to go through here before moving on with the rest of the game, because without going in here, well, we very well can't move on with the rest of the game. We have a new enemy right here. This is the Ranboob. Really? That's what it's called, the Ranboob? That's so weird. Anyway, as you can see, it's clearly a plant-type creature, which means that it's weak against fire, so we're going to go ahead and burn it with fire beta. And if you don't defeat them fast enough, yeah, they put on a shield of light, and then, well, physical attacks don't do much to it. But since we already took a lot of its hit points down with fire beta, we'll be able to take it out fairly easily. They can also put you to sleep with some sleeping powder. And we got the power of PSI Magnet Omega, which is pretty much the same thing as Alpha, except it works against multiple enemies. Okay, and here we have a really tough enemy. This is a Strutting Evil Mushroom. It's actually a bit stronger than the Rambling Evil Mushroom we ran into earlier on in the game. We don't want to take any chances with this guy, so we definitely want to use Fire Beta to burn him. If you run into multiple ones of them, you want to go ahead and use your strongest form of PSI Rockin' as well. Yeah, we want to prioritize that mushroom, take it out as quick as we can. There we go. And if it does manage to mushroomize you, you can always go back to the hot spring in Saturn Valley and get rid of it that way. And we got a sprig of parsley, which is a condiment. Oh, you know what? I might as well just go ahead and take this opportunity to refill everybody's hit points, since we had that butterfly there. And that seemed pointless. Oh, whatever. Just making sure. And I didn't talk about this enemy in the last battle. This is the tough mobile sprout. It's pretty much just a stronger version of the mobile sprout we ran into near Tucson. You can pretty much do all the same things. You can use PSI magnet. I think the only big difference is it's just a bit tougher, more HP, hits a little harder. And in here we get a coin of slumber. I'm going to go ahead and give that over to Jeff. Alright, and I think we're all at max. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape. Alright. And this is the Trillionage Sprout. It is actually a very, very tough enemy, and it's one of the first enemies in the entire game that can diamondize you. And if it diamondizes you, like I said, it's a lot like being petrified in Final Fantasy. You're pretty much as good as dead, but I believe you can actually use a couple of life noodles in order to cure that status effect, so we have a few of those, so we'll be in pretty decent shape. But we want to go all out on this guy as fast as we can. Rockin' Beta, he's a plant, obviously, so we're going to go ahead and use Fire Beta, and you want to hold on to the big bottle rocket for this battle. This can actually be very, very helpful, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Make sure you use it on the Trillionage Sprout. And as you can see, the big bottle rocket does over 400 hit points of damage. So with a combination of PSI Rockin' and Fire, we can easily take out both of those tough mobile sprouts fairly easily. I'm going to continue bashing him with all of my strongest psychic attacks. And with that big bottle rocket gone, I'm just going to go ahead and rely on the HP sucker with Jeff. And of course it didn't work. It doesn't work every time. There you go. And as long as you have that big bottle rocket and it actually works, occasionally it will miss, and that actually sucks. But, you know, after using that, it does most of the work whittling down his HP. And at that level, we learn Hypnosis Omega with Ness, and that's pretty much just like Hypnosis Alpha, except it's a multi-targeting spell, and it attacks all of the enemies. And we get PSI Thunder Beta, which is a stronger version of Thunder. Ness thought he heard his mother from far away. She said, "Be a thoughtful and strong boy." And we got the melody of Milky Well, so let's go ahead and listen to it right now. Okay, I just thought I'd mention that there's a weird little glitch, or I don't even know if it's a glitch, but very, very early in the game, like shortly after you get the Soundstone and there's no melodies recorded to it, you can actually give it to Tracy at Ness's house, and as long as you never talk to her again, because if you talk to her after making her hold on to it, she'll forcibly give it back to you and she won't take it back. So yeah, you can leave it with her, and you can pretty much go through the entire game and record all of the melodies, never having to hold on to the Soundstone. Unfortunately, you won't be able to listen to all the melodies as you're progressing through the game. So since I wanted to show that off, I didn't do that. Anyway, I got a few errands to run back in Saturn Valley, but then I'll be heading back to Threed, and I'll see you there. Ooh, everything's bright and shiny. Nice. Thank you for bringing peace and happiness back to Threed. Thanks, peace, love, weed. I really didn't think these kids could have saved the town. Who would have ever imagined it? Since the leader of the monsters is gone, those ghosts in the tunnels have disappeared. The buses can get through the tunnel now. Ah, that'll come in handy. I won't forget you. Won't you come back to Threed sometime? Sure, I'm pretty sure I'll find a reason to come back pretty soon. Especially if I need to take a run through the sky. Anyway, on our way back, we gained a few levels. Ness is at level 29, and he, at that level, learned Paralysis Omega, which is pretty much the same as Paralysis Alpha, except it's multi-targeting, so it'll get everybody. And Paula reached level 27 and learned one of my favorite moves in the game, PSI Shield Sigma. And what it does is it's the same exact thing that Buzz used to protect us against Starman Jr. earlier on in the game. So now we'll be immune to psychic attacks unless they use thunder and dissipate the shield, and then we have a problem. But yeah, I'm going to be using that a lot, or as much as I can, mainly against large bosses which have strong psychic attacks, because as you can see, it uses 24, which is quite a lot, but it protects everybody, so yeah, it's a pretty good move. I want to go through the desert and onto the big city. I want to see the city, and I want to smell like the big city. I'm a real urban type kind of guy. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Sweet. All right, they're just saying generic things to make us feel better about ourselves. This town used to be dark, but thanks to you, it's bright. Oh, thank you, Captain Obvious. Oh, do you need an adult? And as we head into the tent, we have another photo opportunity. This one's only available after we free Threed. Okay, let's see what's in here. Let's see what these guys have to say. The monsters are no longer in the tunnel. Aren't these the same people who greeted us as we came out of the tunnel? That round flying object, a kid with glasses, was on board. The craft landed near the graveyard, right? Can you fix it? No, not right now. It's such a waste, but we can't do much about it. Now you can go through the tunnel anytime you want. All right, we'll be doing that. It became really quite peaceful compared to before. The town is at peace, but my wife and kids won't speak to me. What's the problem? Oh, gee, I wonder. You made our lives peaceful. I can sleep again. It's like you used a bunch of peace paper, right? Okay. You have anything to say? Visit Threed again. Oh, okay, thank you. Hey, bus. I'll be taking you later. Finally, we can breathe deep outside the air. Oh, we can breathe deep the outside air. That's a awkwardly worded sentence. Now that the zombies are gone. I'm just talking to a few NPCs, see what everybody has to say in the new dialogue now that everything's happy again. Whoa, dude, like, my old girlfriend from Tucson hunted me down, man. I'm totally bummed because I have another girlfriend here in Threed. Check him out. I think he's the bee's knees. Does anybody really still say that? No, I don't think anybody says that. Nobody from my generation said that. I think that's like from the 50s. He used to be in a band. Okay, well, used to be. What does he do now? After the buses started running again, I decided to come see my boyfriend. I really shouldn't have, though. Oh, yeah, well, if he didn't think you were worth waiting for, then he's obviously not worth wasting your time on. You don't need to be in a relationship to feel complete. We're going to come to the hospital. There's a optional side quest here. This is entirely optional, but very, very, very helpful. So we're going to come in here into the first door, and we're going to check this drawer. And inside, we get an insignificant item. It may seem insignificant to us, but you know what they say. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And there's one particular man in the hospital in Tucson that highly considers this to be treasure. We don't know exactly what it is. I mean, if we try to use it, by using the insignificant present, you had a very fruitful experience that cannot be understood by someone who does not use something insignificant. Wow. Deep. Okay, where's the bus stop? We want to take this higher bus stop right here. We got to approach it from behind so the bus doesn't hit us in the street. And we're going to take the bus all the way back to Tucson. And we're going to enjoy the bus music without being disturbed by ghosts. I like how the text on the bus turns around when it's facing the opposite direction, because they only had enough memory to flip the sprite. They couldn't make a sprite that actually has the correct spelling when you flip it over. Good old console limitations. Anyway, we're coming here to the Tucson Hospital. And we're heading into the first door. I'm in perfect tip-top health now. I just wish I had more visitors. Hey, you don't seem like you're in very good shape. Anyway, let's go ahead and give him the insignificant item. Thank you. You've made me so happy after my life. This is the second most important thing to me. Because you're so kind, I want to give you this magic truffle. It's a souvenir from Scaraba. So yeah, Scaraba. We'll be visiting that place way, way, way later in the game. Anyway, for completing this little optional side quest, we get a magic truffle, which recovers 80 psychic points. That is actually quite a lot. As far as psychic point replenishing items go, it's pretty much the best in the game, and it's extremely rare. There's only about 5 of them in the whole game. The rest of them are located in an area way later in the game. They're all consolidated there, and stupid hippie, you go to hell and you die. If you do drugs, that means you're hippie, and hippies suck. Anyway, as I was saying, they're all consolidated in one area way later in the game, and I will be showing you how to get all of them. Anyway, we're going to get back on the bus, and we're going to head into the city of Fourside. And once again, I'll be just keeping quiet so everybody can enjoy the bus music. No, I don't want to get off here. Let's continue on. Man, it's bumper to bumper. My job is to drive, so I can't get off the bus. It's up to you if you want to get off the bus and walk around in the desert. Hey, it's a free country. Oh, man. Traffic jams. I was going to see my girlfriend in Fourside. At this pace, I'll be 100 years old by the time I get there. I feel sorry for the guys behind me, but I'm so bent. I'm leaving my car behind and walking instead. You can actually get a serious fine for doing that, abandoning your vehicle. At least here in the state of California, you can. I don't know about everywhere else. What are you standing here in the middle of the desert for? Then just go right there next to the cactus. Nobody can see you. You're hiding. Anyway, we got a big traffic jam, so we're not going to be able to take a bus to Fourside. So if we're going to get there, we have no choice but to hoof it through the dusty dunes desert. But that's going to have to wait until next time. And until next time, thank you for watching That LP Show, and have a one that is good.